Hi guys. So thanks for good support for in the last video, which gives more views than expected. So I thought of creating one more video, which is mostly asked question for the experienced people for 3 to 6 years, around 7 years, like what is singleton class and how to implement it. At basic level, people write the code, but they ask for perfect example of singleton where that should not be broken in any cases. So first let's understand from the Google what is singleton class. Singleton class in Java ensures only one instance of itself exists. So if you create 10 object, only one object will be created and reference will be returned to all the all the references. So single object will be there at a time, so make sure that that will be there. So how you confirm that we will show. So I have created. So what it says, first to make the one you need to create a class with private static instance variable and a private constructor, and then provide public static method to give to access the instance. So at a time we need to have only one instance. So what is the use case for this? So one use case is there, like if your application is there, if you see there is a JDBC connection, and only the when you want to connect with the database, that connection things should be only one, right? So there will be one instance of entire connection. Wherever you want, you can call get instance, get the connection, and pass some values and get connection. So that is the thing. So that is most widely used scenario, database connectivity, or if you have anything which you need to create only one time, and the instance will be shared to all the references wherever you want to call. So I have created a singleton class here. I'll just trying to create object of a singleton class here, and it's showing some red error. It is saying singleton has a private access in this class. So let's see the class itself. Here I have created a private constructor here, private constructor as said. So here I have created a class and there is a private constructor. Here I am not allowing object to be created. How? So if instance is not null, I am throwing, you cannot instantiate this object. It will be useful. Let's understand. So as said by Google, what I am doing here is I am creating a private static field instance, and there is a public static method which returns the instance, and there are some other methods I will explain in meanwhile. So what you need to do, so there are multiple ways of creating objects in singleton. First is you can initialize object here only first in at field level, and there is a lazy initialization. This is eager initialization, and you can do lazy initialization where if you can in this method only you can check if instance is null, then create object. And there is other scenario, like for multi-threading environment, you can make this method as synchronized, public static synchronized singleton here, and you can, if instance is null, you can create the object. Why I am doing this here, this is double checked one. You need to have, so if you make this as a synchronized keyword, if you add at method level, what will happen, it will degrade the performance. If multiple threads are accessing this singleton class, what happens, it will lock this method, and it will not, no, it will allow each it will allow threads one by one. So with this, performance will be degraded. For that reason, what I am doing here, I am not making lock at class level, method level. Here I am checking this if instance is null, and here I am adding synchronized block. It will put lock here. It will be helpful. It will somewhat, it will improve the performance. So, after acquiring the lock, it will check if instance is null. Still it is null, then it will create. So if there are 3 threads accessing this, if one thread is allowed and it got a lock and it get the object, and next time if it comes, so it will be, it will surpass this, and it will get the instance. So that is how performance will be improved. And there is a method read resolve. So why this is used? This is used because when you write a singleton design pattern, it will be breakable during deserialization of the object. When you serialize and deserialize, so object will be, you can create object from the deserialization also. To avoid that, to avoid breaking of the singleton design pattern, I'm overriding this method. So if you have this read method, and you will return this, and you will get the same instance while deserialization also. So you can, if somebody asks you like what happens during deserialization of a singleton design pattern, singleton class, you can say if you add this read resolve method, it will be utilized during deserialization, so that same instance will be written, so new object creation will be stopped. And there is one more method, clone method. So here we are throwing clone not supported exception. So if you can create object from clone method also, you can create new instance from clone method also. To avoid it, we can add this method clone method and throw this exception, so that new instance will not be created. So you are safe against clone, you are safe against deserialization. And why we are adding this private? So object should not be created via a new keyword, so for that reason I am adding this. And if instance is not null, so why this is needed? Because instances we are creating only inside a get instance method. So with reflection we can use construct, we can access private constructor also using the reflection API. For that reason, in order to avoid breaking up singleton class during reflection, we need to create this private constructor and have this check, and if it is coming, if instance is not null, you can throw this, because object should be created only through get instance method. And one more you can observe here is what I am doing. So here I have field called volatile. So why this is used? This is used again in the multi-threading environment. So at any point of time, that field value is written from the main memory. So that read write, that concept is there. So at any point of time, you will get the value from the main memory. So this is what the perfect singleton design pattern class. And how you test this is singleton or not. First what you can do, let's get object. How you create the object? If you try from constructor, it won't be there. So what you can do is singleton dot get instance. So here there is a object. So what I will do, I'll try to get one more. Right, I have created two instances. I'll check. What I will do, I'll check hash codes, instance 1 dot hash code, and what I'll do, instance 2 dot hash code. I'll check if both hash codes are same or not. They should be same. If it is not, then it's breaking the compiled issue is there with the hash our singleton design pattern. So make sure that you have this working done.